Mic test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mic test. Audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Audio test. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Mic test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, Brett. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you. I understand my picture's pretty choppy. I've got probably a 1 meg uplink right now.
Yeah, that'll work as long as it's real stable.
I will move real slow. How's this? Am I even moving?
I can't see you right now, and I think I'm. Let me see if I'm just maximized here. No, okay. No, now I can see you. Now we've got the four-way.
Yeah, I've got to try to hide and let's see, hide on stream. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, cool. Okay, you do have some. Do have some ways of
I,
changing the
I,
scene. That's good.
yeah, I don't have a green screen here, so this is just a virtual background. It's not going to look good.
Yeah.
If I go to let's see, let me see. That's probably a better picture right there.
It's a little better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I have behind me here is my latest project.
Okay. Cool. Oh, there's two of me there now. Let me see what I can do here. Hang on, hang on. Let's see. I need to get you back on here, and I need to get me off. There we go. Yeah, we probably got about a meg down and probably about point 0.5 up.
Yeah. I'm. I'd like to improve my color balance. Let me see if I can do that. And I'm looking kind of red. Let's see here. All of these things play with your image.
I I also was told that on W5 KUB they're not allowing us to embed tonight, so they'll have to click on the YouTube link. It's on the website. I don't know this. I think for some reason this app does not want to let you embed. I've got YouTube selected to embed. There's a little checkbox, but it's not allowing it.
Ah, I don't know much about YouTube embedding, except that my browser doesn't like it. I usually have to click to go to YouTube in order to see things.
Yeah.
Let's see. Backlight compensation doesn't do a thing. Gain.
Okay, we got somebody joining us. Let me bring them in.
Hopefully that's Glenn. Yeah,
There's
there he
Glenn
is.
right there. Yeah.
Wearing a NASA t-shirt. He's ready for Huntsville.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, um, do I have? Am I just frozen a lot, or can you guys see me moving here?
We can see you move and then stop moving and then move and then stop moving.
Okay, I
It's
got you. I got you. So let me ask
your,
people in the
your
chat
audio is
room.
your audio is fine.
Yeah, let me ask people in the chat room. Uh, I would imagine I'm pixelated because I've got such little bandwidth. You guys should be pretty much HD quality because you're going right to the cloud, and I just don't have the bandwidth from here. But everybody else should be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear you just fine. So you'll just be a little blurry, but that's not not a big deal. Should work.
Okay, we've got, you saw my email. We've got a couple people coming in from the Nashville HamFest going to be on here tonight.
Oh, cool.
Glenn, what have the temperatures been over there? Has it been hot?
Yeah, it's been in the 90s. Today it's a little cooler because we've had all the storms.
Oh, yeah.
So
We've
it's
had a little bit of rain over here, but the temperatures are quite a bit lower. It's probably been like high 70s, maybe. I don't know.
yeah, no, it's been roasting hot.
Wow.
Yeah, let me turn my background off. Let's see if I do this. If I do this, let's see. Wait a minute. I'm not an expert on handling this. Okay, I guess you guys can't hear me. If I turn that camera off, you don't hear me. Okay. I just wonder if it's.
There's now two of you.
Yeah, there's two of me. Look at there.
Yeah, the one on the right, which doesn't have the backdrop, is a little clearer.
Yeah, I'll probably go to that. Let's see. Okay, we've got. Let's see. Well, we don't have our other guest on yet.
Oh,
We'll
here
have
we
one here in
are
just a
back.
few minutes.
This app doesn't feed my audio into my headphones.
Well, where was that headphone made?
Oh, I'm sure it's China.
That's the problem. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Now, I'm running my video through OBS, but not my audio, and that seems to be the best way for this app. Because OBS
Okay.
can process the video and give me a backdrop without my having to mess with their chroma keying.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, I got my audio switched to my headphones now. I'm happy.
Okay, man. You fixed it.
This app, well, the thing is I can't do full screen on the live stream from YouTube. You know, I can't do the pop out video on it. And
Why not?
because it doesn't when it doesn't run the embedded tonight. And when I run it from YouTube, it doesn't let me get the shrinkable screen.
The embedded has been working. Although with the app tonight, the embedded is not working. So I think it has something to do with the app. Yeah.
And yeah, I know that, but then I've got the YouTube up, but it doesn't give me a smaller screen that I can resize. I can either go full screen or have the YouTube page.
You could minimize not minimize, but make it smaller, and then you could resize that page and put it over on a half of your screen. Put the chat room on the other half. As long as they don't overlap, they won't go off when you touch one. You know. I don't know. There's always crazy ways to. Oh, we got somebody joining. Let's see who that is. Who is that? Well, I heard somebody, but they're not there. Get Glenn back in here.
Yeah, it's me trying to get back in because guess what? The app abandoned.
Now, you told me that you were going to try to get a PC on here tonight that wasn't more than 20 years old. You said you were going to be on one tonight that was less than 20 years old.
Dude, my house is being packed. I'm lucky to even have a PC. I'm lucky to have a cat tonight, okay?
Well, you know, you could do this on the telephone, on your smartphone.
Probably.
Might even work better.
Probably. I am not a fan of this app.
I know you're not. Let's see. All right, let's see. Bippity bop, bippity boom.
But no, this house, literally, Tom, it is 2/3 packed.
Well, that's good.
So, oh yeah, closing
I
is
didn't.
on the 22nd. Move is on the 20th.
There he went. I don't know. Don't know. Let's see. Brett. Well, I didn't hear Brett. Brett, you're muted. I guess, did you mute yourself on purpose or? There you
Yes, I
go.
muted myself on purpose so I wouldn't cause any echoes. The echo
Okay.
cancellation on this app isn't as good as on Zoom.
Okay. All right. Very good.
So I figured to avoid. Do you hear yourself echoing?
No, I don't.
No, maybe
But
it'll
I
be
do.
okay tonight if I don't mute.
Yeah. Glenn promised us he would have a new PC on. It was at least newer than 20 years old tonight, but
Mm-hmm.
I understand he's busy packing.
I have an i7 here, which is 8 years old, but well, it's an i7. It still works well.
There he is again.
All right, I've switched PCs and my audio is going to be all messed up.
Man, your audio sounds better now than it did a
Yeah,
while
but
ago.
hearing my listening is horrible.
Oh, well, there's a way to leave the mic like it is and run earphones for the receive side.
No, because those are USB. That's a USB earphone system, and it's plugged into the other computer. I'm not crawling on the floor.
Oh, okay. All right, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, and I don't have
Well,
dual monitors on this system.
yeah, I'm a little worried our guests aren't here tonight yet.
They're probably keep blowing up because they're running Windows 7 too.
I don't know.
But yeah, it amended twice on the other system. This one's Windows 7 and it works. So there's something that they do that's triggering Chrome to bend.
Maybe it's a antique operating system that's not compatible.
This one's every bit as antique. Same update, same level. Different. There are different drivers and pieces to it. Yes. But now the bad news. Now you have to deal with my agent.
Yeah. Okay.
An agent.
Well, I tell you, I'm not even on a computer tonight. I'm running on a Pi.
Yeah.
I'm running on a Pi with 1K of memory.
1K?
Yeah, 1K. 1K. I took all the other out.
Well, that was enough to lend for the lunar lander, but
yeah, I commented all the other memory out. I'm a little worried, man. Oh well, the show will go on if they don't make it. They should have the right length. You guys had it.
Yeah. All right, where's that? Okay. Where's that?
I'll just unpack this package I got just now from eBay.
Let's see here.
I thought I'd try to use the background. It's
yep,
the view out of our front porch here, but the virtual background just doesn't. It's not working good tonight. I don't have very good lighting in here either. You can tell when I.
Yeah.
You need good lighting. You need good lighting for chroma keying or for virtual backgrounds.
Yeah. But anyway, hey, it's okay. I mean, I could go without the back. I could go without the background. I mean, Yeah, I could go with that. Let's see. But we'll try that for a while.
Yeah,
Okay,
really
well,
pixelated.
Yeah, I'm going to be. You saw what my speed was, didn't you?
Yeah.
well, this package had what I thought it had in it. Tom, you can see me. Glenn, you probably can't.
Let me see. What
No,
am
I
I looking
cannot.
for? Let's see. Let me look. Let me look. Hang on. Hang on. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me see if I can figure out how to work this thing. No, that's not good. Let's see. Let me hide that. No, let me bring you back in. Gee, there we
There
go.
we go.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. We got Chris. We got Chris joined us.
Anyway, I got this.
Hang on. Hello, Chris.
I can't hear anybody though.
Okay. You can't hear anybody.
Let me check my audio settings.
Yeah. I think that's your problem.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, good. All right, I'll work on my side and get my audio going.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, Tom, you've got a couple guys in the YouTube chat. So those guys, if you can hear us, you need to be on the chat in w5kub.com.
That's the thing about this app you don't like. It tells YouTube to do things that I
It
tell
doesn't
it
give
not to.
you the versatility to do the things you need to do.
Well, I have in my YouTube dashboard, I tell it allow embedding, and I
Yeah, I know.
tell it. Let's see. I've got allow embedding, and live chat is not on. Live chat is turned off.
That's funny because I went to the
All right,
YouTube page.
somebody just joined. Let me see who that is. That's Bill.
Bill Utoff, KK4WU.
Hello, Bill. How you doing here now?
Good,
Hey, Bill,
good. How y'all doing?
How do you pronounce your last name?
Utoff,
Utah?
Utoff, but I'll answer
Okay.
to the state of Utah.
Utah. Okay, Utah. Okay.
That's
Now,
right.
hey,
There's
Chris.
the Zion Hamfest coming up, right?
Yeah.
In Utah.
Oh, I'm not
Oh.
sure. That's just
hey,
my name.
Chris, did you get your audio working? Chris?
Obviously not.
I guess he doesn't have his audio.
Yeah, and Tom, your audio is about 2/3 of everybody else's.
All right, I can probably fix that. Probably fix it. I don't know. Did that help any right there?
A little bit.
Let's see. Well, let's see if this does anything. Did that help
Okay.
anything right there?
Yeah,
That's
now
better,
you're about
Tom.
even.
Okay. Chris, are you there?
Chris, you hearing us?
Hey, Tom, I think I'm gonna
You're
duck
good.
out
You're good. You're
and
good.
come back in and check my settings again because I can't hear anything. So I think I need to select another speaker.
Yeah. I think you're right. You need to select the right.
Yeah, it's
speaker.
going to be under settings, audio output, but since he can't hear us, he won't know that.
Well, tonight, guys, this is not the normal program that we use for our show. This is a very limited deal, and I'm actually over in North Carolina tonight, and so we're doing this all on the fly, kind of portable. My bandwidth is about a half a meg up right now.
Yeah. Let's see. Hendo KV50 is on the YouTube chat. Chat may be working for you and Brian R., but it does not work for the show. They cannot see you. Only I can see you because I'm watching that stream.
I don't think this machine has enough bandwidth to monitor YouTube at the same time.
All right, so Glenn, I'm confused. Let's see. So we've got a few people in the chat room.
In the
YouTube.
Actually, they're in the chat room that pops up on the Streamlabs app.
Are they? Are they now?
Oh, there's
Yep.
a Streamlabs. Oh boy, yeah, there is, isn't there? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
now we got-
Okay.
Well, okay. Streamlabs is echoing the
Oh.
YouTube chat. The one that's popping up in Streamlabs is the same as YouTube.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I should turn this one off.
That would help.
Let me see. All I
Yeah,
have to do is remember. All I have to do is remember where to turn it off.
Yeah, it might be that Streamlabs turned on the YouTube chat.
Probably.
Yeah.
Put it on.
Output. Name.
Oh, there you go. You've messed them all up because they don't have their spots on the desk.
Well, it's time to start, so I'm not going to worry too much about this right now. I'm not even sure where to turn the chat off here. Names, audio. Let's see. Hide chat. No, wait a minute. No. Okay. Anyway, okay. Hey, guys. Let's look at a couple things here. We got a number of people watching on Twitter, and let's see. All right, Chris, are you there? Chris,
I
Chris?
am. No video this time, huh?
But I
Sounds
see no picture.
No picture, but we got a good sound on you.
Yeah.
Okay, I
boy.
can hear you guys too, but you're not losing out on a camera. I'll tell you that. So
No.
Hey,
You look
I agree
okay.
with you.
You look pretty good a while ago. You look really good. Hey, don't you have a little symbol, a little thing, button down at the bottom center, where it says video? And,
Yeah.
And you can select the pull down and then try to select your camera. It'll probably start working.
yeah, I did, and it's not. So I'm going to toggle video
Oh,
off, and then I'll
Wait.
I'll turn it back
Something came
on,
on.
and
Something came on. A C came on.
Yeah, I saw that.
I think he went out of the camera for a moment.
Wait.
Okay. Well, Chris,
Well, like I said, I'm doing you guys a
Maybe-
favor probably. So
nobody
Hey, if
said
it
you had a.
worked with me, you're fine.
No, well, I mean, most of us on here have a face for radio.
Right.
I don't think you're that bad, but all right, we'll keep you in here like this, I guess. We need to get
I'll
started.
keep
It's
working on it. Maybe I'll
8:03.
just pop out of somewhere
Yeah.
and scare everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's about 8:03, so we'll get started here. This is not the broadcast encoder that we normally use, but I'm using it because I'm over in the mountains in North Carolina and no bandwidth, and this app allows each of you to go directly to the cloud. Back in the equipment I normally use, I bring all you guys into my single feed and then retransmit you, and there's no way I could do that on a half a meg. So you guys are looking good here. I'm probably looking pretty bad, but we're gonna make a go with it. Let's check the chat room here and see. Okay. All right.
Yeah, you're not as pixelated now, Tom.
Okay. Well, good. I'm trying to get things lined up here. I've got multiple screens going. Okay. All right. I tell you what, we're going to go ahead. Let's kick the show off and get started and see if we can get through this thing. And if
Sounds
you
great.
guys lose me, just carry on without me. The cows down in the pasture may be eating on the cable right now. So we'll see. Okay, stand by here. Here we go. We're gonna get started here.
everyone. It gives me great pleasure to join the show tonight. Roundtable is undoubtedly the best ham and shortwave show on YouTube. Although I have a very busy schedule, I always watch Amateur Radio Roundtable every Tuesday night on w5kub.com. Now, over to Tom.
All right, guys, we are back. Did you see Elon here? He joined us tonight.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now
All
just
right,
getting to
guys.
sign my paycheck.
Yeah.
Add a few zeros.
I had some other famous people too that we could put on the show, but I won't do it tonight. All right, hey everybody, welcome to Amateur Radio Roundtable. It's a show about shortwave, ham radio, electronics. We're glad to have you. And as always, if you're out there listening on our international shortwave radio station, WBCQ on 7490, we welcome you. We're glad you're listening out there. And if you will, send us an email to Tom at w5kub.com, Tom at w5kub.com. Send an email, let us know where you are, how you're hearing the station, and so forth. We'd love to hear from you. Guys, if you would, join our Facebook group. It's called W5KUB. We got 14,000 members in that group, and it's a great ham radio group. So just go to Facebook, and the search bar, just type W5KUB, and you'll find us. We'll be glad to have you in the group. If you don't mind, hit the subscribe button there. It helps us out on YouTube. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty tonight. We're probably going to have more. We're using an app that's kind of our backup. It's a very basic app that we're putting the show on with that allows us to operate much differently than if we were in the studio and I was bringing all of our guests in through the studio. So we're not doing that tonight. I'm actually in North Carolina, and I'm probably going to look pixelated, but the other guys, I think they should be looking okay. They look good here to me on what I'm seeing, but I'm sure I'm pixelated there, and I might even drop out from time to time. No green screen here tonight, so we got an embedded background here that's not doing real great. It's not doing real great. So anyway, please go on our Facebook group. Hit the subscribe button there on the YouTube channel, and also just remember we're on just about every podcast carrier out there, from iTunes to iNet Radio, iHeart. All of them carry us, so you'll be able to listen to the show anytime out there. Hey, tonight we got several things lined up for you tonight. I got some portable operation here in North Carolina. I'm going to show you that. I've got some pictures here in North Carolina. Let's see. We've got guests on tonight. We got Bill KK4WU, chairman of the HamQuest. I think that's what it's called. They're in Nashville. We also have Chris on here, KQ4AET. They're club's public service officer, and they're from the Wilson Amateur Radio Group, I think.
Yep, Wilson Amateur Radio Club.
Club. Okay, great. And we'll be talking about in a little while the Greater Nashville and Middle Tennessee HamQuest, which I think is next weekend, and I am going there.
It's the 20th.
So, yeah. So anyway, let's jump around the room here real quick and let's check and just see what everybody's doing out there. Looks like Glenn, you're first.
Oh, okay. Yeah, as you can tell, I'm kind of twisted around a little bit. The other computer doesn't care for this app, and it doesn't matter because I'm packing and getting ready to move. We close on the 22nd. The move is the 29th, and so we are just half the house is in boxes now. I am going to the Nashville HamFest, so I'll actually have a table there. So just going both ends against the middle right now, but so far everything looks good, and I'll be another W5 over in Arkansas here real soon.
Well, that's cool, man. I'm glad you're getting all packed up and ready to move. I know it's a big job to do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Okay. Hey, okay, Brett, come on in here, Brett. What's going on out there, man?
Well, let's see. Behind me, I have my latest acquisition, and actually, it's not my very latest acquisition, but I pulled it out and I started working on it. This is my latest project. It's a Kenwood TS450 SAT, a classical radio. It was the last radio they made that was all analog except for the frequency synthesis. And I am taking it apart and doing all sorts of things to it. I put in several roofing filters. I'm going to recap it, and I just received the capacitor kit today. This is off of eBay. It has 129 capacitors. And so I'm going to take all the boards out and do a lot of very fine soldering. Then I'm going to add an IF tap to it so that I can get a band scope on it and put it all back together. I'm also looking at adding a temperature compensated oscillator to it to make the frequency a little more stable. So when I'm done, I'm going to have a hot rodded rig here. I think this is going to be a lot of fun for HF.
Cool.
All right, cool. Man, you got a lot of capacitors there to put in. So
yeah, I may not really need all of them, but this rig is known for having the big capacitor on the audio output stage blow out, and suddenly you lose your audio. So I'm probably going to work from the output backward and replace as many as I can at least.
Okay.
Yeah, 120 is an awful lot.
Oh, did someone say something?
Yeah, I said 120 is an awful lot.
Oh yeah, that's a lot. Oh man, I usually just run the radio till the caps give me problems, then I change them. You know.
Yeah.
A cap art lasts you 75 to 90 years anyway. The way I see it, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey,
last forever.
let's jump down and let's check with Bill there. Bill, where are you located? I guess you're in Tennessee, right?
Yeah, absolutely. My call's KK4W. I'm located in Lebanon, Tennessee, and we are about 25 to 30 miles east of Nashville. And I'm representing the greater Nashville and Middle Tennessee HamQuest, which is not this weekend, but the following weekend on Saturday, July 20th.
All right, great. And we're going to see you there. We'll be there. We're coming in Friday night, so we'll see you. We're going to get back from North Carolina to Memphis, and we're going to turn around and we're going to head right back here now.
We look forward to seeing you.
Let's check in with Chris there, KQ4AET, who's like a ghost tonight. We can't see him, but he's in there. Hey, Chris, come on in here. How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay. Thanks, guys. Sorry about the camera. Like I was saying before we went live, it's probably better off that everybody's just looking at that little blue square. But yeah, as Tom said, my name's Chris Dubois. I'm KQ4AET. I've only been a ham for about 3 or 4 years. And I have been a club member for about 3 years. So this is going to be my first HamQuest working as the public information officer for the club. It's just a newly created position within the club. And I jumped in to kind of throw my hat in the ring and help get the word out about the club and the things that we do. But Bill's been doing this since the very beginning, and he'll have a lot more to say about the club than I will. But we look forward to having you, Tom. That'll be really good. When you get on site, just make sure you holler for Bill or I, and we'll get you squared away.
Okay, we'll sure do that. And you said he goes back to. Did you say he goes back to the beginning of time? I forget what you said.
Not quite. At least the beginning of the HamQuest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I was gonna say I've been a ham 60 years, but man, he's got me beat. If he goes back to the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Well, look. Hey, let's just jump on into the Nashville and Middle Tennessee, the Greater Nashville and Middle Tennessee HamQuest. Well, who wants to kick it off? Yeah, Chris, you or Bill, you guys go ahead and take it there and tell us about it.
You go ahead and start, Chris, and I'll follow it up.
Sure. So the Middle Tennessee, the Greater Nashville and Middle Tennessee HamQuest, again, like Bill said, is going to be Saturday, July 20th. So that's the weekend after next. And it's going to run from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. You can find out more about it by going to our website, which is midtnhamquest.com. So midtnhamquest.com. We've got, if you want to buy a table so you can set up and try and sell some of your stuff, you can go on there and find out the information for that. And it's going to be held at the Wilson County Fairgrounds in Wilson County, Tennessee, which is also now the home of the Tennessee State Fair. So it's got a joint purpose now. And we were going to be in the Made in Tennessee building, which is great. We've used that venue for the first time last year, I believe, and Bill can talk about this. In the past, we've always been in these pole barn type areas where, hey, we got a roof over our head, but there's no AC, maybe there's some fans. There might be some chicken feathers blowing through once in a while. But
Yeah.
But now we're all indoors for the most part. We still have the boneyard out in the back parking lot, I believe is the plan. So the tailgating where people can sell off the back of their vehicles. But if you want a table, you'll be inside in the air conditioning, safe from any of these pop-up storms we tend to have in the middle of Tennessee this time of year. So it's going to be a good time. We're going to have Ted Randall and the QSO radio show. We'll be broadcasting live from there the whole time, so people can listen into that. And Bill's got a couple giveaways lined up, but it's always a good time. I know the last couple I've been to have been really cool. I picked up a really good power supply for pretty nice, small chunk of money. I think I made a little bit of a deal there on an Astron RS35 for $70. So that was not too bad.
Pretty good deal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
working well
real
for me
good
too.
deal.
So, yep. So there's always something that you can find at these things, even if it's just a couple connectors. So, but you can come peruse in the air conditioning, which is great this time of year. So,
Yeah, it's
Looking forward to it.
it's an exciting thing. And if you've noticed, we've kind of named it a little different than most other HamFests use. We call it HamQuest. And I guess that's kind of a selling point during the first year that we used when we were starting out. We had the quest to have a good, strong HamFest. So we decided to call it Quest. And on top of that, the Quest is kind of a learning thing, where our first couple of HamFests, we had a lot of people come in and give demonstrations, like various networking. We had a gentleman that listens to the satellites and talks to the satellites up there. He brought out all his equipment and set it up, and we were able to see that happen in real life. So it is HamQuest. That's what we've named it. And a lot of people ask the question, why is it called Quest? And in 2004, we continue our quest to be the best. That's our motto this year. And now when you're on location there and you're at our event, if you see this red hat right here, anybody wearing a red hat, that's one of our workers and staff. So if you have any questions or need anything, look for the red hats. Similar to what Chris said, we started with being in pole barns and small little buildings spread out throughout the fairgrounds. And over the last 9 years, last year was a real remarkable year for us. We were able to move into this 20,000 square feet facility at the fairgrounds. And it's state of the art. It's just a very pleasant building to be in. And again, this is in the Agriculture Center, which is the state fair and county fairgrounds combined. Our doors open on Saturday, the 20th of July. They open at 8 a.m. The admission for a general admission is still $5. We were $5 our first year. So no inflation on our pricing, including tables. We've held those prices the same for since nearly the beginning of our HamFest. So we've got tables available for $15. We have tables available. We still have a number of them available that can be reserved. We also have the tailgating area, which is the traditional open the trunk and bring the stuff out on the ground. And this is on asphalt out behind the building. And that is a $10 price. And you get one admission with that as well to the building. So we encourage everyone to come out and see us on the 20th. If you are a vendor or choose to be a vendor, you can set up on Friday, the night before, from 1 p.m. until 9 p.m. So if you roll in a little late and you want to beat the crowds in the early morning to set up, we welcome you to come on in on Friday night.
Okay, Friday, 1 p.m. to 9.
1 p.m. to 9, yep.
Okay.
We'll
Hey,
have access.
I've got your website up right here. Let me bring it up. Is there anything in here you want to talk about? Anything special where they can find stuff on here?
I believe if you scroll down, it's hard to see. It's a little pixelized there. Okay, that cleared it up. Just kind of scroll down there a little bit, and let's take a look at right there above. There's reservations at the midtennesseehamquest.com. If you click that, it'll come right directly. An email will be generated and come directly to me. If you desire to have a table, or if you just have questions, feel free to use that as well. Scrolling down, there's the information we need. Essentially, all we need is your name and call sign, and then we'll get you fixed up. We've got a new food vendor this year. We got Smith's, a local favorite, Smith's Catering. They do a lot of weddings and that kind of thing, but they also have a food truck with things that hams enjoy, maybe like ham. So it will be there serving breakfast and favorites all through the day. Normally our HamFest ends at about 3 o'clock, and traditionally it will, things start slowing down a little bit after 2 o'clock. We have some booths. It's very difficult. There's some tables that have electric capability. If you're coming to our event and you're going to set up and you need electric, let me know. I'll get you as close as I can, but I can't guarantee it. So please bring some extension cords and some power strips because we can probably get you plugged in. Parking, we have increased our handicap parking this year on both sides of our facility. If you need to park and you're handicapped, have a handicap sticker, then you can pull into one of these areas close to the entrance. Ticket booths. Last year, one of our problems we had where the people couldn't locate the ticket booth real well, where they enter the building, because this building has a number of entrances. This year, we've got some feather flags that will be displayed at all the entrances, or where we take up money for tickets, and it will say, I believe it's check in here is what it says on the flag. So look for the red flag, check in here, and that's where you start the process of getting into the building. There is a ham flyer on there, download 2024 flyer. I encourage you to select that and download the PDF file, and it will provide you with all the information you need. Now,
you got a lot of information on here.
Yeah, we do. We try to keep it as thorough as we can. But yeah, sometimes I'm a little bit new on doing websites, and so it's a work in progress.
Let's look at some of your pictures here from 2021 here. Let's see if I can bring them up here.
Awesome.
There we go.
Yeah,
hey, the weather was good in 21.
Yeah, in 21 we didn't have the new building. we were an outside, we were under a pavilion. And this right here represents the tailgate area. You can see a lot of cars pulling in there. And it was just an awesome time. All of our HamFest have been awesome. We've been blessed with good weather throughout. We always were very unnerved about the weather. And in all 9 years, our weather has been fine. It has been beautiful. So, but
Knock
we're
on
inside
something,
now.
Bill.
What's that?
Knock on something, Bill.
Yeah, I should do that. But the good news is we're inside now. So
That's true. Very
but I want the tailgate to do well. There's the pavilion on the right, that big kind of a greenish with the roof over there and the side. That is our pavilion area. And we had a cabin across the way that we had a commercial vendor in, Ham World. At that time, it was Ham World out of Alabama.
And it looked like you guys were bumping right up against the fair, because it looked like there was a lot of the rides set up in the background there.
Right. And this is another barn that was opened up for the event. In this case, we were spread all over the fairgrounds, but yes, we are August. I believe it's August 14th starts the Tennessee State Fair, and we're right up against that. And this year we had to push our event back earlier, I should say, by 1 week. So it kind of put us out of sync a little bit, but we should still have a very, very good show. That's one of our barns.
Now, are you still going to be in these barns?
No,
this year.
The
you
beauty
won't be this year.
No, this is good history. I love looking at these pictures because it it shows how far we've come with the event. During this, I think this is 21. We also our emergency management. Our theme was emergency management and ham radio in operation, and we had all of the EMA trailers from various counties around the area come in and set up. This is our Wilson County EMA amateur operations. This trailer will be there this year and will be inside. And our talk-in will also be from this trailer.
I love looking
For those
at
of us
the
driving
old radios here. Yeah.
Question?
Yeah, for those of us driving over Saturday morning with a table, what time do you open for me to unload?
6 o'clock a.m.
Okay. That's a little early for me, but good enough.
That's fine. Anytime after that would be just perfect.
Yeah, I'm driving over from Memphis, and 7:30 would be about the time I'll get there. So that sounds great.
Yep. Just make sure when you show up, you tell the parking attendants that we may have out there that, you got a table, and they'll direct you where to go so you can unload your stuff. And then you can go around and park your vehicle where they tell you to after you've unloaded.
Outstanding. Thank you.
This is our talk-in area during the event. A commercial vendor. This would be, I believe this is Ham World. This is another building. We kept growing and just continued to grow. It just continues to grow and grow and grow each year. This is another building that we shared, and this is yet another building. Debco Electronics out of Ohio. He was there. Unfortunately, he stopped the road shows.
Hey, so Tom, it's good that we're looking at all of these old pictures, and it's great really to show you how far we've come as far as the show has gone. But I don't know if I can screen share, but we've got
the
Facebook page. The Facebook page has some, let's see, I understand. let's
Would
proceed.
you
Okay.
would you like for me to pull your Facebook page up here?
You could do that if you want, or I could share it from my screen. Let me just
Okay.
see.
All right. We can do that. Let me come back to you here. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Let's see. Okay.
That's your screen.
You should be able. Let's see. Let's see. You got down at the bottom. You should have a button that says share screen. Do you see
Yep,
that?
I already did. I went
Oh,
through
you've
all of
already
that
done it?
already.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not getting. We're not getting any picture from you. Well, yeah, we are. Well, wait a minute. Wait.
It
Wait
may
a
be
minute.
the issue that he didn't have video.
Yeah.
No, because it
Chris.
wouldn't work through my camera. Well,
Yeah. Well,
you
Chris,
can.
I'm not getting any
Okay.
video from you. I don't know why. I can
All
bring
right.
your
I
page up
stopped
real
sharing.
quick here.
Yeah, that'll
I
work.
can bring you up real quick here. And what's the Facebook group page?
It's the Greater Nashville and Middle Tennessee HamQuest.
Okay, that's all one word, isn't it?
HamQuest is one word. Yes, sir.
Let's see. All right, help me here. The Greater.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you wanted the Facebook page link? I wonder if I can drop that in the chat. Let me try that.
It won't help me. I'm gonna pull this up on a different computer. So.
Oh, I
Let
see.
me just type it in here real quick.
So it's.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the Greater Nashville and the and sign, middle
Hang on.
TN.
The
Sure.
Greater.
Not just Greater Nashville.
Okay, Greater Nashville. Yep.
And then the and sign.
All right.
Middle TN HamQuest. But that, if you separate those out, I'm sorry, you were saying all one word. I thought you were talking about HamQuest.
Are all these different words?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep, because it's just the title of the Facebook page.
Okay. I got you.
Yeah, it's not a separate website.
I got you.
I'm going to try something here. I have pulled up the site. I'm going to try to share it if I can.
Yeah, maybe it'll work for you.
And
HamQuest.
do you guys see anything on mine?
Here we go.
Well, I'll go ahead and drop mine.
That's your website. Let's see. There's
here. This is what I'm.
Greater Nashville. There we go.
That's the HamQuest. You got the Facebook one. There you go. Yeah, click on that Facebook link.
Yeah.
Do you see mine by chance?
I'm not. Still seeing Tom's.
Still seeing Tom's. Okay.
Bill, do you want to share yours?
I've got mine open. It says sharing at this moment.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Look here. Yeah. Bill. Yeah. Here you go.
You see some photos there? There's some photos.
There you go. There you go, Bill. You're up. You're sharing.
I can see it, Bill. You're good.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So if you roll down to the beginning of that, Bill, you'll see all the setup. Like if you scroll down a little lower.
Oh, you want to go a little lower? If you can see those top two pictures, you can see how big the building is. They're empty.
Yeah. If you click on them, they'll make them bigger.
Yeah. You see, okay, I'm scrolling down.
Yep. So right there next to that pre-register logo to the left, click that one.
You want to pop that one? Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. So that's the building all pre-set up before everybody moved in last year. So you can see significant difference than the pole barns we were using before, right?
Yeah, it's quite a contrast. It certainly is. Definitely a big contrast.
You can see there's two big display boards up there that we can put information out on for people to look up. Like when we have the giveaways or whatever, we can put the winner up there.
It's up right here. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And if you scroll, hit that left arrow button, it should scroll back through the pictures that we took when we were setting everything up. There's some of the vendors. That one set up. That was a smart group that set something up for the ladies to look at.
There you go.
Got to take
something
care of
for everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was
Chat Radio.
Chat Radio, Jim Gifford's area.
Mm-hmm.
and some.
That's one of those
You got a lot.
360 photos.
Yeah, you got a lot of
Wow.
space there.
Absolutely, yeah. It's really good. It's kind of cool. We kind of cover it up, but they've got a map of Tennessee in the middle of the floor with all the counties highlighted on it. It's kind of neat. It's kind of built into the floor.
There's the backside of our president,
All right.
Jim Murph.
Yeah.
There's the QSO radio show. They've been attending every year.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ted's a club
And-
member.
And Jim Gifford is off area again. We had the Antique Radio Club. They have their event. Also, they have one of their I guess, yearly events, and they share it with us. So they come in there, and unfortunately, it looks like they've not been reporting on any of their Facebooks or anything. So I think they may not be attending this year. But they have a bunch of old radios. I like looking at that stuff. There's our emergency management vehicle. Some nice looking radios there.
What did we have? About 5 or 6 aisles at least?
Yeah. We've expanded this year by probably about another 20, 30 tables.
Good.
So we've got plenty available. I don't think we're going to be short, but you never know. The last 2 weeks are pretty aggressive.
Right.
There's one of our prize winners. Another prize winner. This is our outside area, our tailgate area, or what Chris calls the boneyard.
Yep. And I love the white puffy clouds.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
We have been blessed with good weather, haven't we?
We certainly have. Certainly have. Now, we always deal with heat. And, I don't know, as we get older, the heat becomes a little harder to tolerate. So it's nice to be able to be in the facility that's temperature controlled. There's Ted. Yeah, I think I made the rounds, already.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a fun event, and can't wait to get there. We'll be in there Friday night. We'll see you guys. Heck, we may just drop in on Friday afternoon just to see what's going on out there.
Absolutely, more than welcome to do that. The other thing is, keep in mind you're near Nashville. The beauty of this site is that you get to experience Nashville outside the city. So we have Lebanon has really grown. We have Mount Juliet, which is just west of us, one town. Beautiful places, good malls, good places to eat. And if you want to get into Nashville, you're 25 minutes, maybe 20 minutes into Nashville from our site. Yeah. And staying out in Lebanon or in the Mount Juliet area, you'll experience a lot less pricing on the hotel rooms and the accommodations. Right. It's a great place to have this event.
Okay, guys. Well, what else? Yep. Anything else you want to tell us?
The only thing I would like to mention is a couple of our, if you don't mind, our sponsors that have helped us out over the years, and if that would be okay.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me see if I can get back over here. Yeah, there I am. Our number one, our prize, our number one prize for this year, our grand prize, I'm trying to say, is a antenna by TN07. And it is called the My Go-To antenna. This is it right here. Okay. It has a retail value of $4.99. And we're going to be giving that away. That antenna worked amazingly during field day, just totally amazing. And someone's going to win that, and they're going to have a real nice antenna. And that's from TN07. We also have a new sponsor for us, and that is called TalkPod. TalkPod is a company out of the Asia Pacific region, and these radios are fantastic. They really are good radios. They're solidly built. We are dealing with TalkPod, who they are a company they're working with a lot of young adults and children that are interested in ham radio. So they're very influential on bringing up and keeping our hobby alive. And they have we're going to give one of these away every hour while we're there.
Cool. Yeah.
We also have amateur radio software by N3FJP. We're going to be giving a license away for that. R&L Electronics, they've sponsored us for a $25 gift certificate. And lastly, DX Engineering, who provided us with a $100 giveaway. So come on out. We definitely would love to see everyone. And it's going to be a great day, and we look forward to it.
All right. Well, we do too, and can't wait. And we hope the weather's going to be good. I like looking around in the boneyard. That's my favorite place.
Me too.
But hey, if it's hot, I'll
better.
also check out the air conditioning there if it's hot.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, Bill and Chris, hey, thanks so much for coming on here and talking to us about your HamFest coming up here. Glenn's coming. I'm coming. Brett there, he's a little too far to travel. He's out in Wyoming land or somewhere out there, whatever state that is.
I'll be there for Huntsville, but I won't be there for Nashville.
Well, I was looking in the chat room tonight. We've got several people that now say they're going to come on up to the Nashville HamFest, particularly the ones living around Huntsville area. They're saying they're going to go ahead and make it on up there now. So hopefully we'll help bring a few people up there with us.
Well, that's much appreciated. And Tom, Brett, and Glenn, we greatly appreciate what you're doing tonight, helping us out. It's been fun, and we're real excited about seeing you guys.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And hey, feel free to stick around with us tonight. We've got several things to talk about and a few things I'm going to show you. We're over in North Carolina right now in Tuckasegee, over in the Blue Ridge Mountains, or the Appalachian Mountains here. And I've got HF rig and VHF set up here. We're going to show you some pictures and a few things we've done around here. And we're going to have some fun tonight. There's a lot going on. My son, AC5CM, he's normally in here chat room, but he's down in the Houston area, and he's been without power now for 2 days, and he's trying to keep his generator running down there. So he's doing okay, but we wish him good luck down there. Let's see.
Hey, Tom, I'm going to duck out.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys asking me to stick around and everything, but I got some kids to put to bed, and I will see you in about 2 weeks, less than 10 days, right around 10 days.
In about 10 days, man. All right.
All right, sir.
We'll see
Thanks
you.
a lot, guys.
Good night, y'all.
Right,
see you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break here, and we will be right back. And man, we're going to talk about a bunch of things here. We got some fun stuff going on here. So just let's see if I can work this thing. Okay, stand by. That picture, by the way, is a picture outside our front porch here in Tuckasegee. So you can see the clouds. I got a picture right before the clouds went away, but they were kind of covering the mountain up here. But and we had some rain each day here for a couple 2 or 3 days there. All right, well, we'll be back in just a moment. Don't go away, and we're going to have some more fun here. Let me see here. Upgrade your station with one of ICOM's fabulous HF radios. With the IC7610, faint signals are no longer challenging for DXers or contesters. The high-performance RMDR can pick out the faintest signals, even in the presence of stronger adjacent signals. This is the SDR every ham wants. With ICOM's IC905 Mobile, VHF contesting is a breeze. This is an all-mode rig covering 5 bands with one radio. 2 meters, 70 centimeters, 1.2 gigs, 2.4 gigs, 5.6 gig, and with the optional CX10G transceiver, it will also cover 10 gigs. This radio features a large touchscreen with real-time, high-speed spectrum scope and waterfall display, easy D-Star settings, and a separate controller and RF module configuration to reduce signal loss. Explore the world of microwave with the IC905. For more information on ICOM radios or dealer locations, go to icomamerica.com/amateur. All right, well, we are back, and I guess everything's working here. I don't know; it's hard to tell. I use this app to broadcast about once a year with it, and don't know really how well to work it really good. So, hey, while I was here, the Jackson County Amateur Radio Club, they're here, and I'm kind of a semi-member, I guess. So I get over here occasionally. When I am over here, I meet with them, and they had a breakfast Saturday at McDonald's, and I went down to McDonald's and joined them. So I don't know if any of them are watching tonight, but here's some of the Jackson County Amateur Radio Club members. They're at McDonald's, and we're having a nice breakfast there. And they're a pretty active club. They got a lot of things going on just about all the time. They're just digging into and excited about everything. They've got a lot of new hymns, and they're having a lot of fun. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see. I want to show you a couple of things going on here. A couple of pictures I've got. Let's see. Let me see if I can do this. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, guys, yeah, let's do it this way. I didn't mean to do that. Well, anyway, hey, when I come here, I usually bring a rig and bring an antenna, little auto antenna tuner I put outside, and bring my 7300, maybe a VHF rig here. Find me a little cubby hole here and set up. So I'd set a radio up. Man, it's been hot. The bands have been hot, or else my little auto tuner out there in 100 watts has been a great job. Today I worked numerous France stations, Mexico, Bosnia, Switzerland, Slovenia, Italy. Basically, I was getting tired of working all at DX, so I just quit there. So anyway, that's what the station kind of looks like here, portable. Let's go outside. If you look at, I'm going to put the mouse up there. If you look at that limb right there, I've got about a 70-foot piece of wire that goes from the porch here straight up to that limb right there. And I typically lay just 3 radios down on the ground out here, and I use the SGC 237 antenna tuner. This is a remote antenna tuner that, man, it'll tune just about anything. I know Brett has one, and I hope he's got his working there. He bought it at one of the hamfest, I think, recently. You can see the old wire I've got on the ground there for the radios. That was an old number 12 gauge extension cord. Believe it or not, when I was in the Air Force, I got that. They were throwing it away. It was like 100 feet long, number 12. And you can see probably why they were throwing it away was the insulation was starting to break down on the single conductors there. But, of course, using them for a ground plane, it didn't make a difference if they're insulated or not. So that's the SG 237, and all you got to do is hit it with a few watts of power, RF, and within about a second, it will go click, 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 and it will lock into practically a one-to-one SWR. And it will have memory, so I can jump from band to band and come back, and it has memory. It does not have to retune every time. There's the wire. You can see it. It doesn't really show you how high it is, but again, it's about 70 feet tall. And there's my 2 meter and 440 actually right there, just sitting outside the house, and I'm hitting the repeater just great. And that's the view out our front door right there. A lot of times I will operate from the porch, but we've had a little bit of moisture, some rain, and it has been warm here a couple of days. So I'd rather be inside the air conditioner right now. I want to talk to you, well, tell you where we are. We're in the Appalachian Mountains. We're right down at the bottom there where the A is in Appalachian. Well, not there. We're about where the P is. Yeah, the second P is where we are there. And that little strip right through there is also called the Blue Ridge Mountains. But the Appalachian Mountains go all the way from Canada down to, down I think to Georgia. So biggest mountain we've got is in North Carolina here, and it's about 6,600 feet tall. So not terribly tall, but it's a mountain for us. All right, let's see. Let me check back in here with Glenn and Brett. Guys,
Yeah.
anything happening there that you want to talk about?
Well, I'm looking forward to that Nashville HamFest. That's going to be fun. But I sent you something yesterday. Don't know if you had a chance to look at it, but it's a promo from the European publisher Lector for my new book. I will not be here next Tuesday, so you can play that in my place.
Yeah, I did look at that, and he has this little lady. He has this lady talking his book up there, man. I don't know how they arranged for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool. I was very impressed when I saw that.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see. What else did I do here? What else do we do here in North Carolina? You may have seen this before. This is something we like to do. Uh-oh, my mouse quit. Here we go. Let's see if I can show you something else that we do here. I get it. I'll bring it up. I got too many buttons here to click on. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Guys, this is near our home here. Let me put this on. Some of you already seen it, but it's fun, and I'm thinking about trying to make it an antenna. So let me see if I can bring it on here. Let's see. You're not going to get audio. You won't get audio from this. I don't have the audio patched in, but I'll kind of describe what's going on here. This is near our home here, and that will make a great antenna right there, guys. If I could just clip onto that, I think it would be good. So this is
so it's hard to see.
Is it real pixelated? Yeah, it probably is going to be. Maybe it'll clear up here in a minute, and we'll see. Let me just fast forward a little bit there. Okay. So we're fixing to get started here. We're going to hook up the last safety belt right there. How you like my welder gloves? Those are welder's gloves. I don't know why they have to use welder's gloves. You'd think they'd have some better gloves. But we actually use those welder gloves as the brake. Here we go. We got to shoot down through that little hole right there. And we'll come out right there. Real peaceful up there. Didn't hear any sound or anything. All right. I don't know if any of that came through or not. Did it?
Not a whole lot. All we could, it looks like you were doing some zip lining, and that's about it.
Yeah, we were doing some zip lining there, and actually that was a pretty good one here. That went over the forest. It was pretty high over the forest, and it was quite long. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me mark off a couple things here that we've already talked about. Okay. I'm glad we got a lot of good information here about the Jackson Hamfest, and I mean the Nashville Hamfest. That's going to be really good here. Okay. All right. I met up with my friend here, Pastor Jeff, or I call him Jeff. Well, some of our chat room people here call him Pastor Jeff. I think Bill at WZ1L, that's what he calls him. But he came over and visited yesterday for a while. He thought he would come over and sit in with a show with me tonight, but he didn't make it tonight. Again, if anybody is around Houston tonight, I would love to hear from you, see how you're doing, and let us know. Chris, our son, Chris, AC5CM, is actually in Missouri City, which is near Sugar Land, which is just right outside of Houston. It's a suburb basically of Houston, and no power now for 2 days. He bought him a generator down there just for hurricanes, and it's a dual gas and propane, and it would not start. He had 15 gallons of gas, and it would not start on gas. But he had a couple propane tanks, and it is running on propane, and he's been able to get a few more tanks of propane. So he's been running on a generator now for the last 2 days. Internet basically is down, and the cell service is going up and down. So I hear from him about every 5 or 6 hours. I think what happens is the cell network is so bogged down that every 2 or 3 hours you'll get a whole bunch of text that will come in, and then he won't hear anything for a while. All right, so that's the situation down there. Sorry about the embedded tonight. You're not getting the embedded. I'll follow up on that. Um, I'm looking at our stats tonight, and we got quite a number of people watching on X tonight, and we also have a good number. We have also a good number on our YouTube channel, so we're happy about that. All right, yes, I wasn't sure we'd be able to do the show tonight because of the bandwidth issues that we've got here, but I think we're going to make it. So I don't know that I've got anything else here for the show tonight. So Glenn and Brett, you guys are going to have to make up something.
I'll leave it to Brett. It's his turn.
Well, I can talk a little more about that project that I was starting to talk about at the beginning of the show. That is refurbishing the radio whose image is behind me, the TS450. Way back, let's tell a little, give a little history. Way back in the year 1998, 1999 or so, something began which has plagued hams to this day. That's called the capacitor plague. I don't know how many people, how many people here have heard of it. You can look it up by that name on Wikipedia if you're interested. What happened was that some Taiwanese manufacturers of capacitors did some industrial espionage, and they spied on competitors to try to figure out how they made their electrolytic capacitors. Well, apparently they stole the formula for the electrolyte and brought it to other companies, and they got it wrong. So the result is that these other companies thought that they were onto some big secret, but what they really started to do was build capacitors that failed. The electrolyte would eventually eat through the aluminum containers, and the capacitors would fail, and they would leak, and they would cause all sorts of other kinds of problems. And there are a lot of ham radios from the period all the way from about 1998 through about 2008 that were built with those capacitors, and that's a lot of radios. It spans the time between when most of them were analog and the time and the new digital ones that we have now. And so a lot of radios are destined to fail as the acid eats its way through those little aluminum cans and destroys the capacitors inside your radios.
It
That's
also
the
got,
reason.
yeah,
Go
it
ahead.
also got the main boards on the IBM PS2.
Oh
A
yeah,
lot of
a
those.
lot, a lot of motherboards failed, and some of them failed rather dramatically. There are pictures out there on the web of motherboards that literally burned up because the capacitors went bad. Some of them even burst. It exploded inside your PCs. It was a pretty bad situation. So
Yeah.
anyway, I have a radio here, which is a classic, and it unfortunately it's begun to fail. It fell a little less dramatically. Nothing blew up. But what happened is that the audio gradually began to fade out. And that's known to happen on this one. The big electrolytic capacitor in the audio output stage is one of the first to go. But they go throughout the radio. And so I now have a little project in my hands. I have this bag which I just received from eBay, which has got 129 electrolytic capacitors. And I don't know if I'm going to need every one of them, but I'm certainly going to need some of them. That means basically I've got to do double that number of solder joints I have to take apart and then resolder the capacitors into place. So I have to take all the boards out of the radio and do that in order to revive the radio. So while I'm at it,
I hope, I
yeah.
hope, I hope that those caps are not made by the same company.
Well, apparently even the companies that were making the bad caps are now making good ones. So hopefully they're not. But these are supposed to be name brand capacitors, so they're supposed to be decent. But anyway, while I've got the radio completely apart, I'm going to do other things to it. I've started to put in roofing filters, so I'll have a real narrow, super narrow filter for CW and a pretty narrow one for SSB, so that I can basically pull all sorts of signals out of the noise. Um, the There are two IF stages in this radio, and so you can put filters in each stage. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to put crystal filters in the first IF, which is around 8 megahertz, and the second one, which is much lower, it's down in the kilohertz. And then I'm looking at changing the oscillator out for a temperature compensated one, which is going to make sure that my frequency is exactly on. And I'm going to do something else. This is an older radio which just has a frequency display on the front. It doesn't have a band scope, and it really could use one. Everyone can use a band scope. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap the first IF stage and put in a little field effect transistor amplifier that takes a signal right after it comes out of that IF and sends it to a little SMA connector on the back of the radio. And then what you can do with that is you can take a little SDR dongle and attach it to that SMA connector. Pick up the IF signal before it gets completely filtered and before it gets completely tuned, and give you a nice band scope that shows you what's going on not only at the frequency you're tuned to, but the area around it. And so that IF tap is going to get me a band scope. I can set up a nice computer screen and see and see what's going on around me as I tune the radio. And this particular radio is known for having really good sound. So when I transmit, it ought to sound really good. The other thing that it has, which is nice, it has a very good IF shifter, which shifts your IF frequency just a little, so that you can so that you can tighten up the filtering in the IF stages and really hone in on a signal that you want to hear and filter out everything else. So once I'm done, I'll have an old radio that's in some ways better than some of the best new ones that you have on the market. So that's my project. It's going to be ongoing. I'll probably report back over time as to how I'm doing with this. And I'll have a lot of fun and learn a lot about the innards of the Kenwood radio.
Well, that should be cool.
All right.
I'm not
yes,
looking forward to
let's-
120 capacitors removed and installed, but the end result should be really nice.
Some of those capacitors, I think you hit on it. Some of those capacitors won't be easy to remove. Sometimes those things are kind of packed down in areas that you can't really get to without just pulling boards out,
The only salvation is that this is prior to service mount stuff. So everything's going to be through hole.
Oh,
Yep, they're all
okay,
through
that's
holes,
cool.
and I just need to be able to I need to pull the boards out because I need to get to both sides of every board. But
Yeah.
I'll be able to use a solder sucker. I hope to remove enough solder to dislodge all of these and clean out the holes and solder in the new capacitors. It's like I said, if I do 10 of them a week, then but in a few months, I should have it all done.
Exactly. Yeah. Looking forward to
Keep us
see how that
posted on
works
the
out.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep us posted on your progress there.
Yep. It ought to be a nice rig. And, I need to get back into doing more soldering, more hands-on work. I'm relying too much on manufactured stuff.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to setting up my work area in the new house. I mean, I've already got areas marked out, and I'm going to have a really nice work area once I get over there and unpack.
Mm-hmm. That would be fun. You'll have a full Arduino shop, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And I won't have to work on the house. One thing I didn't mention earlier, Tom, is I had Bobby, let's see, got his call sign right here, W4BWW. Him and a couple other guys came and took down the tower and the beams the other day. And so they also took down the cobweb for me. And I took down the other antennas. So there's not an antenna on my roof right now. And I feel I'm lost. I have no reception of anything in this shack other than an HT. And it's just
a good ham has to have antennas up. I always put antennas up whether I use them or not, man.
Well, I'm moving, so they got to come down.
Oh yeah.
Got to get them
and
all
this to give you a
packed.
chance to this will give you a chance to repair them, and if you got any bad
I've got an
wires, anything,
infed
replace them.
ready to go. The minute I get into that place and get radios unpacked, I've got a tree already targeted, and the infed will go up immediately.
Yeah, and then you'll be good for another 10 years.
I hope longer than that.
Probably. I don't know. So, hey, tell me, I noticed your house they've got the solar panels on all the roofs there. Did you look at the battery bank? Where's the battery bank at?
I don't believe there's a battery bank. I didn't see it, but I also wasn't able to get to parts of the garage, so it might have been on the inside if there is one. All I saw was the previous electric bill, which was they got a credit for 500 kilowatt hours in their month of service. And that's about
that's
half.
cool. I mean, I don't know enough about it. I don't know if you have to have a battery bank there or if they can
No,
just
you don't have to.
If your controller can just feed it back into the
controller can just feed it back.
Utility. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'll know all this once I get in. But 500 kilowatt hours a month is about half of what my current utilization is in this 5-bedroom house with a massive pool outside with a filter and pump running. So theoretically, it would pay for my electric bill.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing how that all works out. Like I said, I've got a space all set out for the shack and everything. It's a shame that Martin Jew's no longer in business because I could really use a crank-up tilt-over tower. You need to get him on the show and see if he's got one of those laying around the shop.
I don't know that MFJ had any towers.
Oh, yeah. They had the high-gain crank-up tilt-over towers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I talked to him this past week. They're trying to get rid of their inventory.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check in and see how
Send
that.
send Richard an email.
Yeah,
Richard is still there,
maybe
and
I'll get to see him.
they're trying to get rid of their inventory.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
thinking
he'll
about
show up
driving
at.
down here one day.
Maybe he'll show up at Nashville.
I may drive down one day and take Martin to lunch, lay him by, and then just walk around, see what's down here. I might be able to throw some stuff in the back of the
Well,
truck.
if you're gonna go, let me know and I'll ride with you.
Okay.
Because
all
I
right.
mean, all I'm doing is
I got-
packing and painting,
yeah.
and God knows I can use a day off from that.
Yeah, man, got a lot of stuff going on, man. Next weekend we got Nashville, and then just a few weeks later we got Huntsville,
Right.
and then then from there I'm coming over here, and then from here we're going to the Shelby HamFest. Man, there's just
Oh,
so
I
much
know.
going
I mean,
on.
I'm doing Nashville on Saturday, and then Monday I'm turning around and going to Arkansas and closing on the new house and starting moving.
Yeah,
So and same thing with me is I've got a forum to put together for Huntsville, and I'm like, when? I'm sleeping between 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get a forum put together. So I may have to go with last year's or something like that, or a blending of.
All right. Well, let me ask the chat room here. Wake up,
Yeah.
chat room. How has the video been? As the ticker runs, I'm up in the mountains of North Carolina, and over here they don't have what they call internet. It's called SlowNet or something. I don't know, man. I think they do it somehow with smoke signals. They have some type of converter and they do smoke signals. So anyway, I'm sure that my video is really pixelated, not very good. Hopefully, Glenn and Brett's and our guest tonight were better.
Brett's video is really good. My video feedback to me looks good. Yours, you're pretty well frozen video wise, but your audio is about 90-95%. It'll chop every now and then. But
Yeah. Well, Mark T just said my audio is struggling, so he's picking up some of the spots there. Well, again, guys, we're using this webcast encoder here. Just because I'm not in the studio. Normally at the studio, we bring Glenn and Brett and all our guests into the studio, and then we retransmit them out of the studio. So it requires a lot more bandwidth. With this setup here, everybody that's logged into the show is directly on the cloud, and they don't come here to me. I just have my single connection back to the cloud with them. So hopefully they should look pretty good in my little 500K up or less, 256K up. Glenn, I did a speed test the other day, and I had 25K up, man. That's worse than dial-up we used to have, man.
yeah, and I'm on that T-Mobile wireless, and I'm up to about like 100 meg up. So
Yeah,
really nice. But one
Yeah,
thing,
well,
I'm
hey,
actually,
Mark says I need Starlink here. Now, Mark's got a Starlink. He could just package
he could
that
just
thing
load
up
it
and
to
send
you.
it to me. He's got all kinds of internet out there. He doesn't need that Starlink. He could send it to me, man.
Yeah.
I'm
And
actually
hey, I'm
surprised.
hearing down in Houston, I'm hearing people that have lost their internet and power and everything. They've gone to, I think they've gone to Costco or Walmart, and they're buying Starlink right
Yeah.
there on the spot, man.
Yeah.
I guess it's readily available now.
Yeah, I used to live in Houston, right off of a bayou called Brays Bayou, and it floods every time. It's they're not having a good time with their infrastructure down there.
No, I almost
Yeah,
got transferred to Houston back in the 80s. And the day I went out there, they had one of their torrential afternoon storms, and the North Loop flooded. And I'm like, never mind. Not going to do this.
Yeah, of course, the wind, the wind was pushing the water in all those canals. And then you had all the rain coming down, trying to drain out, and it was just stacking up. Chris was lucky where he is. He's just a little to the southwest edge of Houston, right? If you know where Sugar Land is, he's in actually city's is Missouri City, but it's near Sugar Land. He's right there at Houston, and you know, it's he said he didn't get any damage or anything in his house. The streets, he said the streets were covered with twigs and limbs.
Yeah.
There were a lot of big trees down, but and a lot of shingles. He said his yard had a lot of shingles in his yard, but he didn't have any roof damage at all at his
Yeah,
house.
I was worried
So,
when you said yesterday that you hadn't heard from him in a few hours, you know, and lost power and stuff, but I didn't realize he had the generator. So thankfully he's got that going.
well, he bought him a new generator just because when he moved in here, he says, I might need one for a hurricane. And so he bought a dual gas and propane.
Smart move.
And what was
That's
that?
a smart move. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah, so he had 15 gallons of gas and ready, but when he needed it yesterday, it would not start on gas. It would not start at all, but it runs perfect on propane. So he's got a few propane tanks that he's running, and in fact, he's got somebody there that actually delivers propane, kind of like a Uber type thing.
That's
you know,
impressive.
You call for propane and they bring it to your house. You know.
But yeah, well, at least he's okay, and you know they made it through, so it should be getting better from here.
Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. We're gonna end a little early tonight. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and especially if you're out there listening on shortwave radio, WBCQ on 7490. Welcome to Amateur Radio Roundtable, a show about ham radio, shortwave electronics. And we're on every Tuesday night on W5KUB, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. You can actually join our video show and in our chat room and chat with us live during the webcast. So I'm going to say 73 to everybody. We'll see you next week. Let's see. Well, I don't even know what the day is. Let's see.
It will be the 16th.
What's the day, man?
Today's the 9th.
Today, what? Today's Wednesday.
Tuesday the 9th.
Today is it Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah, no, it's Tuesday. We got the show, man. I'm about to lose it here. I'm losing it, man. Well, hey, when you get over here, time stops.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
You know, time stops. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to the next show. What will I talk about next show? Well, the next show we'll talk about the Nashville HamFest because that's this coming weekend.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I
Yeah.
won't be here for the start of the show, but I might make it on the second half of the show.
No, wait a minute. That's not this coming weekend. This coming weekend, I'm driving back to Memphis.
Right.
It's
There's
the next
no
weekend.
HamFest this weekend, so y'all are going to have to figure stuff out. Well, you've got that 5-minute commercial from me.
Yeah, we'll find something here.
But
okay, guys. Good night to everybody in the chat room. Enjoyed being with you tonight. We'll see you next week.
Brett, take a good video.
And Brett, you guys got anything you want to talk about? You just take it over if you do.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Brett, make sure you get video of soldering each and every one of those caps next week, and you'll have a whole show.
Oh, wow. Yes. Not a very exciting one, but I'll have a lot of material.
You need it. I bought at the Huntsville HamFest. I bought a desoldering, machine. It's a little gun. It has a vacuum that's hooked to it. Like a little. It's got its own little tube and vacuum cleaner or whatever, and it sucks it out.
Yeah,
so
those are cool.
I haven't really used it yet, but that would work pretty good.
Yeah, I expect to use the solder sucker and a wick to clean things up, and we'll see how I do. We'll see if I need anything else.
Hopefully it works well.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, I don't want to ruin that circuit board, so I'm going to be slow and careful.
Yeah.
All right. Good night. We'll see you later.
Night.
Good night.